those were the treasures of Maspero, one of the very few and rare interviews, the great comic, one of the greatest comics in the Middle East and the Arab world, Samir Ghanem did with our beautiful Salwa Hijazi. Salwa Hijazi in herself was one of the treasures of Maspero. Getting back to the episode of the day and what we are going to speak about. And today we'll be tackling youth, Arab youth. Yeah, Arab youth in themselves are treasures of our countries. The Arab youth are very particular in the Middle East, and hence they should be really integrated in the society to help shape up not just the future of their country, but their own future. Many challenges are facing those youth, many challenges are facing the countries, the Arab world, and in that we really want to shed light on the challenges facing the Arab countries and how those youth are supposed to be tackling them, dealing with the government on helping them in overcoming those challenges. Of course, we're speaking about challenges as in unemployment rates among the youth. We're speaking about activating the role of the Arab youth in presenting non-traditional solutions to the common problems and hurdles that face the Arab world. And to highlight the issue and discuss it, we have with us Mr. Mohammed Aizabi, who is a political analyst, and we thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
If we speak about the Arab youth and the importance of holding debates among them and between them and the authorities, and how important is that?
Let's say that from the beginning that Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the president of Egypt, he said that he will invest in the youth in Egypt. He put his concentration on the youth in Egypt. He made the first conference in Sharm el-Sheikh, then the second conference in Aswan. He make a program to development the youth to be in the best positions in the economy. He tried to put his interest in youth because they are the future of Egypt. So the first Arab president who gave his concern to the youth is President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. When he announced the project of 1.5 million land to agriculture, he said that the youth who will take these lands to invest in it. He know that the main treasure in Egypt is the youth. So if we succeeded to invest in them, we will have a very bright future. The youth in Egypt, as we saw in the conference of Sharm el-Sheikh, no difference between the one who be with President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi or against Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. He listened to all. He listens to all. He said that no difference between the youth in Egypt. He tried to take them all to invest in them. But if we succeeded to do this, we will make in other countries, in Arab countries, they will try to be like us. They try to do what we have done by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
If we speak about youth, and youth in themselves are the assets of any country, and youth have great hopes and aspirations and dreams. Those youth are not always achieving their own dreams. How are the governments, or rather let me speak first about Egypt, how is the government of Egypt enabling those to be part of their communities?
First, we must make our concentration on education. If we succeeded to develop the system of education in Egypt, we can put a spotlight on the very intelligent youth in Egypt, we can take them, we can develop their intelligence and try to make them scientists, bright stars in all fields of science. We can achieve many things by education. So education is the first step to invest in youth. The system of education. After that, you said that unemployment in Egypt. All youth in Egypt try to find a job.
Now, if you've just mentioned education, and let me stick to that first. Because education has lots of stages, and we're speaking about the stages of education in which the government has to really emphasize. Speaking about the elementary one or the primary one, and how important is it to build the shape up of the mentality of the youth?
It's a system. It's a full, completed system. We must make our concentration to primary education. A primary education to the kids who after 10 years will be youth or 15 years will be youth. If I achieve their minds from the beginning of their life, I will find the best youth all over the world. We always listen to that the Egyptian kid is the most intelligent kid all over the world.
He's one of the most intelligent kids.
They enter the primary school. The primary education destroyed them.
Yes, and this is why I guess the government is very much interested in trying to make up the curriculums that we are, or the children are really going through. If we move on from this stage of the primary, which shape up the mentality of kids, and we move on to the youths of the day, and we speak to other stages of their life, where they need really other kind of education and even training and vocational education and other, in order to be able to really fit into the requirements of the market or what we need today. If we speak about unemployment, then we have to also tackle how we are putting them on the right track to fit into this market.
First, the Egyptian youth must be convinced that the economical job is not the future. All youth in Egypt try.
What do you mean by the economical job?
The job in the economy, in
the government,
and the governmental job. The governmental
job is not
job
the career.
Is not the career.
Yeah.
Is not the future. All youth in Egypt try to search for the governmental job. I must convince them that it's not a future. They invest in their abilities, in their minds, in their hand working, like China. The youth from the beginning, from the age of 15 years, make something, manufactured many things and sold them. Manufactured many things and sold them. I must invest in that field. I must convince that youth to do that. The President Abdel Fattah Sisi make a presidential program.
Yes, the PLP.
It's very, very good thing that he tried to find a new politicals in Egypt.
New politicians.
Leaders
of the future, yes.
When I find that the director of any institution of Egypt is in age of 35 years, it means that this presidential program is succeeded. I don't want that the director of any institution must be 59, 58 years. I don't want that. I want a qualification, a qualified, yes, to lead this institution, any governmental institution in Egypt. If I succeeded to do that, I will find 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, to lead this institution in the future.
We're speaking about the youth and their abilities, and the abilities have many sectors. If we speak about the abilities of the youth mentally, if we speak about their creativity, about their abilities, about their intelligence in several sectors, how can really we prepare them to be the leaders of the future, as you're speaking here? And I mean here, the PLP, yes, it is a very successful experience for youth, but for certain group of youth, how can we really broaden such an experience to be a countrywide one?
I know that. The government of any governor, the governor of any government in Egypt, I have 28 governors in Egypt. If every governor make a conference, try to campaign all aspects of his government, he can listen to many ideas of them who try to solve many problems in Egypt. If they find anyone to listen to him, it will be difference. He will feel a very big difference that the government deal with the youth.
If we speak about youth, and as I said, they have their own dreams, but they have their own thoughts. And at a young age, those who really are able to create their thoughts or who have their impact on them are largely thought to be their families and, of course, the atmosphere they are living in, plus, of course, the education or the schools they attend and its atmosphere. Lots of challenges comes from convincing the youth of what are the realities of the on the ground of their own country, and that in itself has been a challenge. And I mean here, if you talk to a youth, he has, yes, his dreams, he has his downs and ups, and he doesn't see the bright future as it should be. And maybe he kind of resort to other kind of thoughts and ideologies that would take him away from the road or track that he really needs to follow up with. How do you view this challenge? How can really the government and the authorities and also the families, because it is a matter of importance to the families.
And the parties.
And?
The parties.
The
parties.
The parties?
The parties.
Yes.
No role to the parties in Egypt at all. No rules. The parties in Egypt.
You mean here the political parties?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
The political parties. We have in Egypt 112 parties, political parties in Egypt. Where is their rules? Where is their motivations towards us? Nothing. They always want to be in government, okay? Government. They wanted to take the government. They wanted to take the parliament, the parliamentary members. Nothing, not more that. If the political parties play its rule towards us, we will find a very big difference. The government will not do anything but itself. The authorities can't do anything, everything. But the family, as you said, must play a role.
So how can really the family engage with the concerned parties? And I mean here concerned parties, not the political parties, but rather all concerned parties here with the youth issue. How can they engage together in what can really shape up the intelligence, the spirit, the creativity, even the ideologies of the youths?
We saw that families try to force the youth to enter a college, a specific college they want. For example, when they finished his secondary school, the family who tells him to go to this college, the family must set the youth free to take what he wants, to take what he wants, his dream, his abilities. This is the first step of the family. Then we will go to the universities. The universities. What is the university's activities? Like 50 years ago. 50 years ago. There is many university activities in all universities in Egypt. Nothing we saw now. The university didn't play his rule towards us. They depends on teach and to give the youth many specific sciences to studies and examine it to succeed. Nothing more. Nothing more.
I guess briefly, if we want to say in a minute, how can we invest in our youth? What can you say?
How to invest in our youth? We must set them free. We must listen to them. We must put him in the responsibility positions to take decision, and then we decide if they're succeeded or failed.
Right. I guess, Mr. Mohammed Azabi, that wraps up our episode. Political Answer, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
I guess today's episode was very interesting. Youth are the treasures, youth are the future. Investing in youth needs lots and lots of innovation, preparations, initiatives, and much more. I guess we need our youth to get engaged in our realities on the ground to be able to shape up their future and, of course, our future. Many thanks for watching. Tomorrow will be another episode of Cairo Local Time. Until then, goodbye.